the day we step back into reality. Yes, we're talking about transgenders again, by the way. So, my stance at first with the whole transgenders and disc golf or in any sport was just it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. On a physical, logical level, it doesn't make sense. I started off kind of harsh, kind of basic, really, if you want to look at it like basic bitch, like person that like does his against transgenders in sports or women's sports. But then I gradually got to a point where I evolved that and started making more sense of, okay, well, let's really look at it and instead of just being like, it's just cut and dry, there's more to it. So I looked into it more and I started to try to understand the logic of it more and like how much do sports really matter at the end of the day. Is it really that important? It's very important. Professionally, I paid more attention and I kind of adopted this theory that I think that hormone replacement therapy can have an effect on performance, but there's no proven, like each sport is different. You can put this on runners, you can put it on boxers, you can put it on anybody, but it's going to be different from one sport to another. There is no exact science from one sport to another. It doesn't translate that well. So that's why I developed the stance that I think that transgender women should be allowed to play in disc golf. But what I don't like, they're forced to do it and that nobody listens to them. There's a reason why people are being silenced. It's not because they're wrong. No one is just out. I mean, there are some people that are outright silenced because they're wrong. But how wrong are they? I've evolved from being like, I don't think this is cool, shouldn't happen, to, well, you know, like, I understand that there can be some fairness there. To, well, to what degree? Like, why are they being forced? If it's fair, why is there force? Why is there no real breakdown of this sport to where it's understood as fair, to where you can clearly see like, oh, well, that's totally fair. Like, nobody can agree with that. Nobody will agree on that, period, at all. When Natalie Ryan won that, I forgot what tournament it was. It was a big one. But when she won, I was happy for Natalie Ryan. I was like, yeah. The reason I was happy was for the same reason that most people with logic are happy, is that, okay, now you're seeing what we've been saying this whole time, is that, or at least the where I'm at right now, where I'm saying it's not fair. You see that even if you think that it's fair, your whole logic was that there's no threat. Natalie Ryan is really the only big threat amongst right now. And you could say, what's her face? What's her name? That one chick, I can't remember the name. Not a huge threat, but the fact that Chloe Alice, that's who it was, Chloe Alice. She almost beat Paige Pierce. Paige Pierce. I mean, even Paige Pierce should be like,
goddamn, she almost beat Paige Pierce. Can you believe that shit? She almost beat Paige Pierce. And I came here to advocate you.
like, I mean, come on. How is that possible? That's not normal. There's no female, even Paige Pierce could go dress up as a man in the MPO and won't even fucking matter. You won't matter. And it's that kind of logic that's led me to where I'm at now. And that logic is this, is that there's just no, there's men and there's women, and that's it. There are two genders, there are two. 1, 2. You can't have a third. There is no third person. It takes a man and a woman to make a man or a woman, the same as it takes a man or a woman to make a transgender person. It just is the way it is. I'm sorry. I tried to support this, but my logic can't do it anymore. There is no third gender or fourth gender. This ain't Taco Bell. This ain't fourth meal or fifth meal or sixth meal. This is pretty fucking simple. Every taco is the same, homie. Taco, burrito, call it the same. A burrito is a taco. A burrito is just folded and packed with probably way more meat or cheese than you need. That's how it goes, okay? It doesn't mean you're not a human being, you don't deserve respect and all that shit. Obviously, of course you do. That's what I've defended Natalie Ryan because of, like, these people are attacking her. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not getting anywhere. You're not helping shit by attacking her and talking shit. And I know I'm using her because, you know, I use the word her instead of him because I respect that human being as a person. Is that human being who is a person a female?
No.
Do I respect them?
Yes.
Do I think they deserve respect?
Yes.
Do I think they're full of shit? Not really. Not really, no. It's in the brain. The brain is a fucking powerful fucking thing, folks. It can make you think and feel certain things. Like, I suffer from severe depression and anxiety. A lot of people might not know that or might if they've watched my videos, but they also probably don't give a shit. Just because I feel anxiety and depression doesn't mean that I have anxiety and depression. You can feel whatever you want. You can want to be whatever you want, but reality is reality. And that's the part that I can't ignore. Reality. I respect what you feel. If you want to argue me on this whole that there's more than two genders, there are not more than two genders, because without the two genders, there are no other people. Without a male or a female reproductive system, there are no other people. That's how it works. It's very simple. You can't create another human being without a male or female reproductive system. What other reproductive systems are there? How is this so hard? And the only reason I've danced around it is because we're talking about sports. But when you look at it as its whole, as its obviousness, as it's clear as day, two men cannot make a baby. Two women cannot make a baby by themselves without assistance, period. In fact, two men don't have a period. Period. So that's where I'm at. No hate involved, but just logic and just common sense. And just, we'll go from here and we'll see where we can go and make sense of things for people that are senseless and have no idea what common sense is, because a lot of this really is. And I'm a victim of ignoring common sense just to try to be a decent human being and love people. You can love people but disagree with them. You can love people and tell them they're full of shit to their face, because a lot of you are full of shit. And you're just ass kissers and you just want to make everybody happy. Everybody can't be happy. And even those that you try to make happy are still going to be unhappy. That's where depression comes in. And that's also where it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just because you confirm someone's feelings doesn't make them happy. You can confirm all the feelings you want all day. Motherfucker will still feel how they feel at the end of the day, because you can't deny reality. Reality is bigger than all of us. Way bigger than all of us. Welcome to reality, homie.